Yes,
Oh, I hope
here
we're
we
not
are.
going live to the wrong places. You are live. Whoop,
We're
whoop.
live now. Hello, audience. Hello, Bradley. I'll introduce the
Yeah,
show.
it's yeah, we are
This
now live. Woo!
this is Bradley Powers. Esoteric Hours. We are connected.
Oh, thank you so much.
We
Thank you
didn't.
so
We
much. Yeah, my name's Bradley Powers. I'd like to welcome you to Esoteric Hours with the backdrop of Out of the Box, which is Jim's show. Normally, Jim does this, but I'm doing it this time, and I've made a complete mess up of it. We're 10 minutes overdue, and I'd like to introduce Julie Ann Guthrie Smolson. Thank you for joining us. Thank you for being patient.
Oh, thanks for having me. This has
Oh,
been
it's a pleasure.
interesting. But we're here
Right,
now,
let's get
and
this shared around. Now, you are, and how would you actually introduce yourself,
um, I'm a human
Julie?
being. I'm a magical human being like everyone else.
I agree with that. Yeah, we are all magical.
That's right,
Yeah,
and that's
agreed.
what I wanted to talk about.
You are a psychic medium,
Yes, yes.
and
Um,
you are, you're probably a lot more than that, actually.
yeah, I got a lot going. But I'm I'm equal to everyone. Everyone has these gifts. They can develop themselves. So, what's magic? What is the idea behind magic, Bradley?
We are all psychic, aren't we, Julie? To be honest with
Yes,
you, but we've just been brainwashed.
right. So, what's really the necessary ingredient in magic? Any kind.
In magic, the necessary ingredients is imagination
And
and imagination, passion, words of power. I mean, magic. Magic can be spells or summoning and conjuring. You
okay,
can
so
have added ingredients like quartz crystals, incense, holy water, moon water. Um, there are ingredients you can add as instruments. However, I
what
think the regarding if you're summoning spiritual entities, you need imagination, passion, words of power, even a sigil. But what would
okay,
you say, Julie?
the magic ingredient to magic is belief,
Yeah,
right?
imagination, belief.
Right?
Yeah, yeah,
So,
belief is the power.
I kind of the last couple times I've been on your show actually have been like a learning experience for me. So, one of your viewers kind of came in as like, because we were talking about the 99% and the 1%, right? And that's all a
Yeah,
belief structure. Okay. So, do you mind if I share a screen with you,
the
your
floor is yours,
audience?
Julie. And hello, Wayne Hopkins. Thank you for joining us. And hi, a Facebook user. Thank you for joining us.
So, I kind of want to like share this. I think you need to allow me to share this. I'm not sure. It's you need to give me permission to share on your end. Anyways, what I'm trying to share is the triangle of codependency. So somewhere along those lines, most of the 99% end up as a victim because this math doesn't make sense. That 1% in their magic to hold you down. But you have the magic to step outside of that triangle and go, oh, I don't believe this anymore. I don't believe the story. So it's your belief systems that are keeping you tied into this codependency, believing we need the system. We need, so happy birthday, Elvis. He's been coming into my energy for some time now, the last good 8-10 months now. And why he was coming into my field was to get a message through of which I didn't understand until today. Because this is all about creation. You can create magic or create from magic with your belief system, right? It's about creation. Okay. So if you're believing a false reality, like Elvis did, that he was trapped in this triangle with the colonel, right? And others were trying to be his rescuers. And, he's changing roles too. He's lashing out, trying to take control. He got trapped into that oppressive state when you're not able to recreate. And so he really, so this energy is carried down in his family and it's generational depression now because of that oppression. It's carried this energy. It's even on his property. So if you go to Graceland, you go to the museum, you're going to feel that when you go there if you're like an empath or something. I know I did. I felt sick there.
Really? Wow. So, you went to Graceland?
Yeah. And so the next step, the next place that I was trying to go, get this, I was trying to go. The day was almost over. We couldn't actually go in and fully experience this. But we were going to the Lorraine Hotel and the Civil Rights Museum. That's where Martin Luther King Jr. was shot. And his message was all about equality, right? And freedom.
Yeah. Yeah. I'll go back to Elvis Presley. First of all, I'd just like to do a shout out to Wayne Hopkins. Not Sherry Brett is with us. Thank you for joining us. Paint Judge says, hi Sherry. Parafam Entertainment, thank you for joining us. My name is Bradley Powers and this is Julie Ann Guthrie Smolson. Vic Makarov, hi there Vic, thank you for joining us. And Sherry Brett, thank you for joining us in the house. And this is my first time that I've actually launched this show. And thank you so much for coming to the rescue and changing my background for me. And I'd like to say Elvis Presley's birthday today, and he was born on January the 8th. 1935, and Elvis Presley would be 88 today. Wow. So how about that?
How about that? It's all, my book is called The Theory of Eight. It's eight is about creation. 8 is about creation, right? And the inversion. Right. It's a duality, right? It's a duality of 8. So there's war, there's, famine, there's distress, there's crisis. And if you turn this upside down, you're going to have the opposite of that: joy, love, happiness. So it's whatever you choose in that reality to create, because you're magic. It's a belief.
Yeah.
So
I'm just going to add another guest to the show. His name is Precious. Hi there, Precious. King Precious Future. I'd like you to meet Julie Ann Guthrie Smolson. She's a psychic medium, amongst many other things. And King Precious Future is actually the web designer of a page, of a group, a platform like Facebook called The X Rising. The X Rising is like Facebook. It's smaller than Facebook, but it can grow to the size of Facebook. And The X Rising is a place where you will have freedom of speech and you can mix with all your friends and family. You've got freedom of speech, and I believe you can actually stream from that platform. Okay, sorry for his
Yeah,
interruption, Julie.
yeah, it's fine. Hello, Julie. Hello, Bradley. Thanks for having
Hi,
me.
hi there, King Precious. Yeah, we can call him Precious. Julie, you
You
might
just
even
call me
be interested
Precious.
in joining the X Rising. I can send you the link to the platform. And X Precious, um, a member of Parafam Entertainment Channel, actually tried to join your platform. However, they were told that a confirmation was sent to their email address and they needed to click on it. They went to their email
Oh,
address and they couldn't click on anything because there was nothing there. So, if
oh, I
after
see.
this show, when this
Okay.
show finishes, I'd like to do a conference with you and the chairperson of Parafam to actually have a
Okay.
discussion, if that's possible,
Yeah, I
Precious.
think I can see him 2 hours ago, Parafarm. Yeah. Okay, I'll just approve him from the back end. Then I think there was an issue with the email delivery network. That was why he couldn't get the email, but it will be fixed. It will be fixed.
Julie,
So
I'm
thank
going to go
you
back to
for.
Julie now because Julie was actually just mentioning about Elvis Presley is 88 today, Precious. Elvis Presley, the King of Rock and Roll, is 88 today, if he was still alive. And Julie was saying about the numbers 8. Julie, would you like to carry on? We'll come back to you in a moment, Precious. Julie,
Well,
would you like to
Okay, no
continue what
problem.
you were suggesting?
this is the theory of eight. My next book coming out. Well, it's the theory of eight. So this is part of it. It's part of a belief system. So, you know, we create our own reality. We create the illusions.
Yeah,
We magic is part of magic is believing in your own magic and and
yeah,
and recognizing your own power. But a lot of us that are caught up in the victim role thinking others have power over us are actually giving our power away to them. It's not that they're taking it, we're giving it away.
We're
So we
giving our
have to
power away. I believe we're under psychological attack, parapsychological attack. We're all
exactly.
vulnerable to that. What do you think about that, Julie?
um it's very destructive because it's been so much part of my life. It's so much of what I've had to heal from, and it's so reflected in society. And everyone's pointing the finger at somebody else rather than going,
yeah,
I'm responsible. I'm responsible. I'm responsible for my own beliefs, no one else,
yeah,
and
yeah. No,
my behaviors. And having power over that is magic in itself.
yeah,
So,
Yeah, yeah,
you know,
yeah. Having power. You need to be grounded, really, or you need to recognize yourself, recognize who you are, recognize, focus your mind, because sometimes not all your thoughts are your own. That's a possibility that can occur.
so yeah, Elvis showed up in a vision. He's talking to me and he's showing me this huge evil creature. And it was a creature he created and he was very afraid of. And he showed me that he was afraid of this creature he created um, by being a scared little boy and not feeling like he had power over the situation. And so what did he do? He escaped through drugs, right? He avoided taking responsibility. So if he
Yeah,
took
yeah.
responsibility for himself, he wouldn't have been under that control of um, the colonel, right? We just had this movie come out with Elvis in it, and it really showed that power struggle between them, right?
yeah,
The Baz Luhrmann, Elvis Presley movie that came out in the last couple of years, it shows that power struggle and what happens. It's it's a pattern in society. We have the power.
We have the power. That's right. Yeah, we have the power to take control of our lives. Look, recognize is the word of power, recognizing yourself. That's what it's all about.
It's stepping outside of that codependency triangle. Asking ourselves, what roles are we playing, or do we want to play any role in this?
Yeah.
You know?
The forum's quite filling up with quite a lot of people. Yeah, thank you for joining us, everybody. You have to bear with me. This is the first time I've actually launched the show. Jim normally does it for me. Thank you, Sherry Brett, who says it's her granddad's birthday today on the same day as Elvis Presley. Thank you for that. And also a shout out to Nightbot, which is on TikTok, Willow's World of Mysteries. Pangaj says, hi, Bradley and Julie. Hi there. Thank you for joining us. And Nightbot says, please support PWI, streaming SAU streaming network. Thank you. And Vic Makaroff is saying to Precious, it's finally good to have an alternative option to Facebook. So he's very pleased about that. Octorius Lazarus says, cheers, my friends, to both of us, Julie and Precious. And Joe Framo is in the house. He's actually he's actually indulged in paranormal experiences himself.
Yeah.
And he says, let me tell you the real deal that I've lived all my life with. Yeah, well, you're welcome on the show anytime, Joe Framo. Vic Makaroff says you need to be responsible for your own actions when it comes to magic. And Joe Framo says he won't be coming on the show, not while he's alive. Sherry Brett says, I don't believe that all things that happen to us is because of us. I've had some bad stuff happen that was not because of me. Sherry's saying that, and I actually agree with her. I've experienced some lower vibrational frequencies that are demons that were unpleasant to me, and I couldn't imagine them. They just came to me. So we're not fully in control of our life because we've got outside influences actually affecting our lives. David Nash says, happy birthday, Elvis. Long live the king. Precious, are you an Elvis Presley fan?
Yeah, I'm an Elvis Presley fan. I've heard some of his music, so I know a little about him. Though I won't tell you I studied his whole entire life. But yeah, I'm a fan. It's been celebrated here too in my country.
And intuitive tarot and folklore says blessings from Drew's paranormal vlog. PWI spiritual investigators says there's guys on my channel when they're saying hello. And basically, yeah, some links have been posted into the forum. If anyone wants to copy and paste those links, post them into their web browser, they can actually go to these locations where there are other paranormal investigators with information and content that you may find interesting. And basically, that's all I'm going to say. Back to you two guys. Yeah, so Precious is here to promote his X-Rising platform, which is like Facebook, freedom of speech. Can you stream from there, Precious?
Yeah,
stream
yeah.
live videos, live recordings. You can.
Yes, you can stream from there.
Which that might interest you, Julie, if you do live streams as well.
Absolutely, I'm interested. I'd love to connect and have him.
I will send you the link to X Rising, Julie, so that you can actually join, register, and have a look around and see what you think of the platform. It's like Facebook, only smaller. It's called the X Rising. Is there anything you want to share with us, Precious?
Yeah, so the X Rising, it's a platform built to give everyone the truth to be yourself. And the good part about X Rising, all information can come into the X Rising. It's accepted. We are all fighting for one thing. The ultimate goal is good. The ultimate goal is love. So at the X Rising, we're trying to make sure we enlighten everyone. Just the way Bradley is here now, telling us about some new information, and Julie also giving us information about chemistry. Yeah, there are also more compound information to put on the X Rising for people to know. And the good part is that we don't take it down. And now to everyone who's watching, if you have an information that you want to put out to the world and you're scared of putting it, you can put it on the X Rising anonymously. We have an option for that, whereby you put an information to the world and it comes in anonymously. It doesn't point back to you. So this way, people have what we call freedom of speech. Okay, you have the option to put whatever you want to put back there in the internet without anybody coming to scramble it for you or tell you no that you need to put this out. No, I have a very big belief about the universe itself, and I have this belief of free will. So that's why I'm trying to put to the X right and also push more information of the truth out there. There's a lot of things the world needs to know, and I believe with the X Rising we could give it out to everyone without anybody stepping on toes with control. So I'm a big supporter of light. I'm a big supporter of love, and I'm a big supporter of truth. And I want to make sure I support light by playing my own part, which is what I'm doing. That's why I'm bringing the X Rising, which in other words it means the extraordinary rising. So I don't believe anybody can stop what's extraordinary. It's bigger than every one of us. Thank you.
Yeah. And Vic Macross says he would love to be able to have a forum that is full of freedom of speech.
Yeah,
And I think
you can
everyone
do
else
that.
feels the same.
Yeah, like at the X Rising, you could create networks. You could create groups. And the current thing I'm trying to do now, we're trying to even put discussion forum into the X Rising too for the general public. So you can discuss in your group, you can also discuss in the forum, whichever way. Now, the group is that you can discuss in the group and it'll be like a closed group if you want, or open group, whichever way you want. The forum is public because you know the way forums is everybody can come in there, everybody can put whatever they want to put in there. You can come in and you can also give your opinion, so it's not about saying that we're forcing anyone or we're telling anyone you can't do this. No. If you have something you want to put there, I want it to be like an encyclopedia of knowledge to the world. That's why it's extraordinary. It doesn't have to be about you coming to put in and we're clamping your words down, we're clamping your posts down, we're putting them down, we're shadow bounding you. No, all this is not supported in X Rising. And if you're too scared to put up an information on X Rising, you can just post anonymously, and no one will know it's coming from you. Trust me, the future has been created on the X Rising. It's all there, so you have nothing to worry about.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, I'm going to be. I'm going to call you after the show for you to have a conference with Eldon, who's like a chairperson of Parafam. He would like to talk to you about
Okay,
adding his paranormal team to your group, but he'd like to know more about it, obviously. And yeah, I'll
okay,
send Julie Ann Guthrie Smolson the link as well because I think that she might be interested. To be honest with you,
yeah,
in
no
joining
problem. Thank you.
a platform which offers freedom of speech. Which do you feel our freedom of speech is violated, Julie, on Facebook?
Yeah.
And
Oh,
and and,
yeah.
and okay.
We're very censored. Yeah.
Very
Yeah, I
censored.
know.
Yeah.
Yeah, and even we also, and in the X Rising, if you can also comment if you don't want to comment by typing, you can also comment by using your voice. You can record. Yeah, you can record on the X Rising like a comment. On Facebook when you post a comment, everybody has to type their reply. You can reply someone with your voice. And we also have a platform that looks like Twitter, but it's better than Twitter because Twitter you can comment with voice. So we also had the name of the platform is called Locknet, Loqnet. So when you go to Locknet and Google, you see it. Yeah. So we created Locknet too. Locknet is also the call for global liberty. So whatever you say, it's not taken down. Whatever you put in there, it's not taken down. So that's why we created it to social network. So if you're someone who enjoys a platform like Twitter, Locknet is for you. But when you enjoy something like paranormal, the truth, you're a truth seeker, then the X Rising is for you. and I promise you, you're gonna enjoy it.
Okay, okay. Well, thank you for sharing that with us, Precious. You basically
Yeah.
summed it up, actually, and I'm going to try and help you by promote your platform and have a conference meeting with you. I'm going to go over to Julie now because Julie's here. She's going to actually do some amazing stuff with some readings, I believe you was actually suggesting, and she's talking
Absolutely.
about Elvis, the number 8.
Okay,
Yeah,
no
Yeah, like
problem. Thank you for
psychic
having.
medium, and it's an honour to have her on the show, just like you, Precious.
Yeah,
So I'm
yeah.
going to
Thank you for
focus on
having me,
Julie now.
Julie. Yeah, thank you,
thank you.
Bradley.
I hope to be in
Yeah,
contact with you and connect and
yeah, you're
discuss your
welcome. Yeah, thank you
Yeah,
very much.
David Nash is he remembers you, Precious. Yeah. Okay, Julie, it's over to you.
Okay, I'd love to do some readings. I was intending on coming in here and doing readings for everyone that wanted one. I do Akashic records and remote view back. If you have a question about that, I do use my cards, but I don't really need them. It's just
What sort
confirmation.
of reading, Julie? What sort of reading? A two, a 1, 2, 3 card reading?
Yeah, I do 3 cards. Anything that's coming through that I connect to an energy, I'll bring that in and
Well,
hopefully
Julie, I have
it
some news for
quickly.
you. Vic
Okay.
Makaroff and David Nash said they would both love a reading from you, a 3 card reading. So, like, if you'd like to go with Vic Makaroff first. Vic Makaroff, thank you for joining us. It's a pleasure to have you near us. Vic Makaroff was a guest on our show, and he has experienced a lot of paranormal phenomena. Thank you for joining us, Vic.
Wow. So when I connected to Vic's energy, I feel this love, this real love. It's very evident in his being, in the physical reality, which makes him very original. He really has a lot of these things that I don't know if he does already, but there's got to be some writings, blogs, these things that we're doing to bring that because his message is so powerful. I think you need to do these in retreats if you're not in some capacity, whether it's just going on vacation and talking to others, and bring that magic into the world. Okay, that's what you really need to do, Vic. I don't know if that's on or off.
Okay.
I get this real loving feeling from him.
Oh, yeah, Vic Makaroff's a very nice guy. Very nice.
So if you're holding back with some of those ideas, you need to bring them to Precious's his platform and anywhere you can get that message out, because people need to hear that. You need to bring that energy into it. That love. That love. Oh my God, David. Okay. I'm getting messages of messages to be given. That's so funny. Okay.
Would you like a reading in a little while, Precious?
This is for David.
Yeah, I would like some reading if you can.
David. I kind of got a little sick here in my stomach because I feel like you're very well aware of what is going on, like child abuse kind of things and things connected to it. And even your own, you're concerned if you have children, you're concerned about your own children if you're not their children in the world. And you have your own message of this, I believe. And what you're doing is working to break down those illusions that people have about talking about it. It's okay to talk about it now. You know, we need to talk about it. This is all connected, and it's very important because this helps identify it in certain ways that you know it exists. So I'm hoping that. Oh,
David
yeah,
Nash,
kind of
yeah.
an
Do you want to read
impasse.
in Precious?
Yeah, if you can, yeah, if you will read for me, so I would appreciate that.
Yeah, okay, Julie. Precious is up for a reading, 3-card reading. That'd be great.
Wow. Okay. So the first card I pulled was knowledge. Okay. And when I pulled this card, it felt like you and what you've been doing there's been some circumstances in which there's been some legalities or institutions that have been trying to stop you from this platform being out there and being used. They're saying keep moving forward. They're not going to win because this is going to make a better day for all of us and the future generations. So please keep up the good work. So that's your message.
Thank you
Oh,
very much.
excellent. Well done. And we also have finally, I believe Sherry Brett said I'd like to have a reading too. Sherry Brett, she's one of my team. Actually, she's an admin and a partner as well. One of my partners. Thank you for joining us, Sherry. And where have you been hiding, Precious?
For work.
You've been busy.
Yeah, I'm busy. I'm
Okay.
happy to be here now, though.
Okay. Yeah, Sherry
Sherry,
Brett, this is Sherry.
when I connected to your energy, I felt horses or got like horses. I don't know why. Okay, I feel like this is a situation that's happening in your life. This first card is the 7 keys or the 7 heavenly virtues. So when I pull this card, this interprets this as standing in your power, standing in your integrity, not being like be a rock in that, and take a leap of faith. I mean, this is like kind of really going. Don't hesitate. Third card, this is like super strong. Follow your intuition. Be strong in what you believe in and know it. You know this, and like stop doubting yourself. So keep doing that. Hi, Jenna.
Stop doubting yourself, Sherry. So that's the message from Judy there. Beck Birdie said, ahoy, I'd love a card, Julie. Cheers. Hi there, Beck Birdie. Thank you for joining us. Beck Birdie, his uncle is Admiral Byrd, who discovered the hole in Antarctica, believe it or not. She is famous. Her uncle is a famous celebrity. Wow. What an honour it is to have you here, Beck Birdie. I mean that. Okay, so here comes your reading.
Whew. There's a lot of energy in here, and all you spiritual people, all you magical beings. Back. Originality. Blaze your own trail. I feel like this is connected. I don't know if you do music, artwork. There's a connection there. And this is self-reliance, okay? So you really need to bring that out into the world. Don't just be really raw and what your passion to bring out into the world. That expression of you and who you are. Just oh my gosh. And in doing this, you need to build like friendships, okay? Because this network's going to help bring that out into the world, and we need that. We really need you here, and we really need you to share your message, your expression of who you are. Okay.
And I believe that's it, actually. Yeah. Well, thank you for sharing that with Back Birdie. Like, yeah, I hope the message connects with you. Astri81 from PWI Spiritual Investigators says, hi, Sherry. How are you? Hope you had a great holiday. Yeah, Sherry's a partner with us now, so like she's on board. Yeah, we are growing as a foundation, and we've got people like Julie, like in our midst, in our family, that we're actually pulling towards us. And I think that we might be able to get something going with you, Precious. That'd be what we actually intend. But I'm going to introduce you to the chairperson of Parafam Entertainments, Parafam Paranormal Entertainments, and see what we can manifest from that. Okay. So, and it's Elvis Presley's birthday today. I hope you don't mind me promoting that. He would have been 88 today had he still been alive. Yeah. And like, yeah, some say he's still alive, but you know, that obviously.
I heard that a lot. I heard that a lot. That he's still alive.
You have?
Yeah, I've heard that. I've heard that.
Yeah. Well, some say Michael Jackson's still alive. What do you think about that, Julie?
Pardon me? What was that question?
Some say Michael Jackson's still alive.
Yeah, I heard of Michael Jackson too.
Okay, so there's this thing goes with us that goes on. We split into other beings, right? So it's a possibility that he exists, but maybe not in the same body during the same timeline. So yes, he's more than likely alive in some expression, some form, not just his music.
Please, Julie, can you help me put more light on the splitting? I think I've heard that before, but I don't really get the info there.
This isn't at
Can you
death.
tell me more about this?
This can happen during. So I do feel like this will happen for me in this lifetime, where my soul will split. My soul will split. I'll still live on, but in new existence, because my vibration is raised so high that I have been able to create a new expression of myself. And so then that will go on to inhabit another body or expression of me in some other form. And so we do that in order to learn lessons. So right now, and I have for many lifetimes, experienced myself in other bodies and interacted on a human level with myself. And we all have. We all do this. We just don't, we're not connected because we weren't taught to think that way.
Yeah. One of my craziest experience was 2017. I was coming back from travel from one state to another state, and it happened in the midnight, or let's say early in the morning, around let's say 1 a.m. between 1 a.m. to 1:30 a.m. Something very incredible, magical, an experience I've never had before happened to me. I left my body. I just placed my head this way on the car I was in, and immediately I left my body and I entered into another body of mine, but not here on earth. This happened to me 2017. You understand? So when I woke up, it was over there. I think when I woke up and I was like looking around and around, I was just in a vehicle few seconds ago. How did this happen? So I was looking around and looking around. The building, the walls of the building were so high. It's not like the normal wall we have here on Earth. It was so high. The technology was so advanced. But what I was saying, it was happening the same time Earth was existing. So I was there for a few seconds. My dad over here was my dad there. Now my mom is late. I lost my mom 2012, but my mom is still alive over there. The only difference was that this was me existing in another body. And it's like, I don't know what happened. I don't know if it's an energy surge or whatever, but I think in the process, we exchange bodies.
We
And
do. I
in the next, it was up to like 15 minutes. I came back to my body again. And I was like, no, I want to go back. Like, because that experience changed my whole life. I've been having experience since I was born. When I was young, I had so much experience, but that experience changed a lot of things for me.
so
So I said, okay, this is proven that I have to pursue my destiny. I don't care.
I did a reading for somebody, and I actually can see, because I have visions, and so when I remote view, when I work with somebody and open their particular records, I had this person
Yeah,
ask me about this experience of, he actually had, this is his body right here, and he's
yeah,
been like going in and out of his body with these other two spirits, and having these different experiences and bringing them back to this reality system in this body.
yeah.
So
Wow.
it sounds very similar to what you experienced.
I have had so many. My brother too, he has experiences. Out of body experiences. And that's why I came to believe about the multiverse itself. Me existing somewhere, you get, and it's just funny what people think about Earth because to me, Earth is still like a baby because we have nothing here. Experience I've had, Earth has nothing. Earth is still, we're still grooming Earth. Now I would use the language, we're still grooming Earth. We're not advanced compared to these civilizations. These civilizations are still inside the universe, but far away galaxies. But I don't know. We still have connections. That's
Well,
just a
well,
Like our connection, Precious, could be the synchronicity of time. Our connection with you, my connection with you, Julie, is synchronicity of time. It's fate. It's meant to be. You just don't know, do you? To be honest,
well, once
all the
our
people you meet, you know.
reality system in its current state observes itself and understands itself, then we can move on to that next round that we're supposed to move, the 5D that we're supposed to move into. And ultimately, all, in my opinion, all dimensions exist within the eighth dimension, which is the dimension of creation.
hmm. Wow.
Yeah, yeah,
Hmm.
yeah. Beck Birdie says, yeah, that's empathy on a 7D level. Um, PWI spiritual investigators are saying astral projection or out of body experience. What is it, Julie, that you experience? Astral projection or out of body experience?
So, my definition of what I do is remote viewing. And because I'm in an awake state, I'm not in a trance, I'm not sleeping, I'm not in a meditation, I'm wide awake and I'm talking to you just like this. So I call this, it would be astral projecting awake.
Yeah. Awake, or, you are.
Or remote viewing.
Yeah. I've experienced remote viewing myself a few times, and I was awake as well, and I could see through another person's eyes, and they didn't know that I could see through their eyes. So you can do it without a person knowing. We could all be remote viewed by someone and not even know it. That's amazing. And I believe you could be remote viewed from outside the body. Yeah, you can. You can. You could be remote viewed. You could remote view without being in someone's body as well. How about that? I believe I haven't done this myself. I've remote viewed someone's house, inside their house. They see me looking at their wallpaper. Someone was remote viewing me and I remote viewed them back. Whereas you can remote view the moon, can't you, as well, which I haven't done that. You can remote view. That's how people know about extraterrestrials. They remote view and can see them, you know.
You can remote view into other dimensions just like you do when you astral travel into another dimension. So you can remote view like I have, because like I had someone on my podcast and I did this live Akashic record reading where I do the remote viewing. And how this appears to me, it's not like in linear time, right? So it's like a GPS system, but it doesn't make any sense because they're all in different dimensions and reality systems.
Yeah.
So
because like I got gifts at random and I'm not in control of them. And like I've learned I'm a shadow mage. I didn't know shadow mages existed, but they do, like, because I've learned that from spirits, a shadow mage. And I actually jumped through someone and landed on, and my shadow jumped through someone. And look, because we're portals as well, we are all
right.
portals for spirits to travel through, believe it or not. And like so I jumped, my shadow jumped through someone and landed in their lounge. And I remember the person that was remote viewing me said, "That's, look through the eyes of the shadow." I said, "That's my wallpaper." So he knew that I was there. But the thing is, yeah, you can remote view through someone's eyes without knowing. You can remote view outside of them without knowing. That's possible as well. But I've never remote viewed extraterrestrials or anything like that, which some people have, you know.
I remote view.
Oh, welcome back, Precious.
To see the past lives, past experiences for myself and others. So they have a different perspective and understanding that's brought to their awareness to help them rationalize and change their belief systems.
Well, I'll share something with you both. Is Uri Geller, which we're all pretty familiar with, is famous for bending spoons. Well, David Nash says Uri Geller remote viewed the moon and said there were structures on the invisible side of the moon that we can't see. There were structures on the moon, and that was those. Uri Geller is actually saying there are structures on the moon, the dark side of the moon that we can't see. He remote viewed the moon, and I can't say that's impossible because I know remote viewing is possible from experience. How about that though? And like, yeah, Uri Geller is a psychic as well, I believe. And Sherry Brett says yes, there are meant to be structures on the other side of the moon. And Beck Birdie says remote viewing through others' eyes is a huge no-no. You must get permission. Well, well, that's debatable, Beck Birdie. I understand what you're saying. The person I remote viewed was not a very nice person anyway. That's what I will say about that. I remote viewed someone who wasn't a very nice person, and like that's what happened there. I didn't remote view someone who was benevolent, divine, celestial. I remote viewed a malicious person. That's what happened with me. So I make that all right because they were malicious, malevolent. That's what they were. Very unsavoury person. And I remote viewed an unsavoury person. And I think it's all right to remote view unsavoury persons because you can see what they get up to, you know? Although some might actually dispute that and say that's still not right. David Nash says Uri Geller was like the father of remote viewing. Really, David? I didn't know that. Thank you for sharing that, David. What do you think about that, guys?
Didn't he work with what's his face? Ingo Swan? Didn't they're along the same lines, right? They work
I'm not
together.
sure about that, Julie. David Nash says he would love to learn remote viewing, but it's so expensive to get the training tools to do it. To be honest with you, David, I didn't know you could learn it. You either can or you can't, or you're blessed with it, or you're not. Really, I don't know how I managed to do remote view in the first place. It just came to me. No one taught me. I just could, and like.
Yeah.
I didn't know you could be trained to remote view. What do you think about that, Julie? I suppose the army trained people to remote view, possibly.
I have worked with somebody. It's a belief system, right? It's a belief system. Do you believe you're psychic? Yes. Then you're psychic, okay? But yeah, I have worked with somebody that is picking up the things in my room. They can pick up what's here. It's energy. It's like psychic energy.
Psychic.
Yeah.
It's the same as experiencing telepathy. I'm familiar with telepathy, but no one taught me telepathy. I just know I could do it, but I don't know how. And I can't do telepathy with anyone. Like there's a particular individual that I do telepathy with. I can't do it with anyone. It's just like maybe I've been blessed, or for some, telepathy can be a curse. However, Beck Birdie was saying, "Oh no, I'm saying in general, if you had a mission, it's a different story." Yes, Beck Birdie, I was on a mission. When I remote viewed this malevolent being, I was on a mission, and it was quite amusing actually that I remote viewed him. I didn't know remote viewing was possible, but I've heard it can be done, but I didn't know it was possible until I experienced it. Now I know it is possible, and I believe Uri Geller, absolutely. And Vic Makaroff says he would love to remote view. David Nash says yes. Uri Geller was the father of remote viewing. Oh no. YNGO was the father of remote viewing, not Uri Geller. My bad. Who's YNGO?
Inga Swan. Inga Swan.
Ah. Yeah, Vic Macross says telepathy just come to me. Bradley Powers. Yes, it come to me. I just found I could remote view at random, but I can't switch it on or switch it off. I just can at random. I don't know why. I had no idea, and I don't know how to switch it on or switch it off. When I remote view, I do, and I haven't remote viewed loads of times, probably about 6 times, but that's still like proof to me that remote viewing is real, and some people can remote view at random. Yeah, I can remote view at random without being in control of it, but some people are in control of remote viewing, and I find that astonishing. Oh, thank you for sharing that with us. The Lion's Pride says, I've stated many times remote viewing. Oh, I missed that. What happened there? I missed what you just said. Okay. So what I was going to say is, David Nash says there's certain techniques to remote view, and I know you don't have to be psychic to learn. In fact, I heard it's easier to learn if you're not psychic. How about that? It's easier to learn if you're not psychic. And David Nash says, yeah, I'm sorry. He got YNGO and Uri mixed up. YNGO was the real deal.
Yeah. He
actually happy birthday, Elvis Presley. Yeah.
He got dinged by the, I don't know, the military, the government, for remote viewing into outer space.
Wow. Wow.
Yeah. They're like, no, we don't want you doing that.
Could we have that message up by Lion's Pride again, please, if that's possible? And Beck Birdie said, that's right. Everything is energy. Energy is a frequency, like a radio. So tune in. It really is easy. And the Lion's Pride says, I've stated many times, remote viewing can be taught and the actual training materials are free. There are many people that teach remote viewing. So thank you for sharing that, Lion's Pride. Yeah, it can be taught.
I don't think the site ops programs have ever been shut down. Just the one that you were probably part of.
I like what I've got two forums going here. Louis Senny Dog says, we are entering a paranormal time in history. The whole world is haunted now. What do you think about that, guys? The whole world is haunted. I'd say yes, it is.
I'll say yes to that.
It's all energy. It's all energy.
It's all energy. PWI Spiritual Investigator says, do some regression therapy. So thank you for sharing that. Yeah, do some regression therapy. You can use tones for that to help you to open them. Use tones, yes, sounds, frequency. Yeah. It's amazing the gifts that we all have. Like we're all born with. I believe we're all born psychic, but we're brainwashed by our parents, our peers, society, teachers at school, that we forget, erase from our mind, forget. But I believe we are all psychic. It's just stimulating our senses.
That
really
goes back to beliefs, right? It goes back to beliefs. Don't believe in your magic because it doesn't exist.
Magic is real. I believe in magic. I've seen the most amazing of things. I can't expect people to believe me what I've seen, but magic is real. I believe that. Right. But I haven't seen a pumpkin turn into a stagecoach and things like that. But like some things I've seen are beyond human comprehension, really.
Yeah.
And better to ask than precious. Magic, is magic real? What about voodoo magic? People believe in that, don't they?
Yeah, people, magic comes in different form, but I also believe it's still all one source because there is voodoo magic and there is other magic, but they're all together, they're all magic. At some point, I would even call witchcraft to be part of magic because you still have to do all your incantation, whatever you have to do. So, yeah. So voodoo magic, witchcraft, to me, they're all the same. They're all the same. I don't think there's any difference.
Yeah, yeah.
And the driving force between all of that magic is belief in it.
Yeah,
yeah. Yeah. I've seen visual magic where I just wasn't expecting it. I've seen that. But you have to take into consideration my guardian angel is Merlin. And I say that because I've experienced, I didn't even know Merlin was a real person. He actually did exist. And I live 30 miles from where Merlin was born as well. And King Arthur, I live 40 or 50 miles away from where King Arthur was born. So and we were brought up to believe these were myths or legends. Yet, they actually were. I know the places where they were born. They were born in Wales. You'd think they were English, wouldn't you? Really? I always thought they were English. I thought they were myths. Actually, I didn't realise they were real people.
So
it's amazing what you can experience. Anything is possible.
I've had Merlin in my energy, and when he brings me messages, it's a freaking puzzle. It's always a riddle. It's always a riddle for me to figure out. So I don't know if you get the same kind of messages from him. It's always a riddle.
Lion's Pride says belief is important, but there are also psychic physics to it as well. Thank you for sharing that. Yes, you have to believe in Cryptomeria says, I have seen magic. Thank you for sharing that. I have seen magic myself. I didn't imagine it. I wasn't expecting it. I just see it. Magic is energy as vibration and interaction. Yeah. Energy, vibration, frequency can all manifest magic.
Totally.
Basically. Because we are all energy and we are all tuned into frequencies. We all have a frequency that flows from our body. We all have energy that flows from our body, and we all create sound. Vic Makroff says, I've experienced magic as well. Thank you for sharing that. Do you see what I mean? You can manifest magic, but magic can also come to you and you wasn't even expecting it. Curses are, what are curses? Is that magic? Are curses a form of magic? What do you think about that? Yeah, Cryptomeria says Merlin is a powerful energy. Owls will show up for me. Owls and Merlin, they resonate. They go together. Well done for saying that. Yeah, owls and ravens as well. Owls, especially owls. Yeah. And PWI Spiritual Investigator says, as I witch, I see magic every day. Road Dole says, those who don't believe in magic will never see it. How about that?
Yeah, those who don't believe in magic. But you can see encounter it. Yeah, you can see encounter it. Being in the same space with someone who's having it.
There could be good curses.
We are coming to the end of the show now. I wish to thank everyone for joining us. Please, thank you for being patient with me. Normally, Jim Andre launches the show for me on StreamYard. He does it all for me. He's my producer as such, but I had to do it today, and I had to fumble my way through it. And I was late, 10 minutes late. Julie was patient. Then Precious turned up out of the blue. But like, I got you on here, Precious. You've been on the show anyway. That's good news. It's great to have you on board. Precious, I was going to say, let's go through this quick. Julie Ann Guthrie Smolson is a psychic medium. And she just wanted to mention it's Elvis Presley's birthday today, and he would have been 88. Thank you for sharing that, Julie. And Julie's done some tarot card readings for some of the audience in the group forum. Thank you for doing that as well, Julie. That's very kind of you. And I'd like to say Precious, King Precious Future, has got his own platform. It's like Facebook, only it's smaller than Facebook, and it's called the X Rising. And in that platform, it has so much potential. You can do everything you can in Facebook. You could do it in the X Rising. However, in the X Rising, you have the you've got freedom of speech, and that's what Precious is guaranteeing you: freedom of speech, and you could broadcast live videos. I'll go live from the streams from the X Rising, the platform that he created himself. Okay, so if you want to know, if you want to join the X Rising, I will send you the link. Send me a message, I will send you the link. I will post a link to the X Rising on my timeline as well, so that you can actually join the register. All you need is an email address to register with the X Rising, and have a look inside, have a look around, and see what you think. That's the best thing to do. But the X Rising could rival Facebook in the future, so please bear that in mind. Okay. And that's basically the end of the show, really. Beck Birdie says, thank you, Bradley, Julie, Precious, have a great day. Yeah, the Lion's Pride says, Esoteric Hours has been a big supporter of X Rising for a long time now. And the Lion's Pride is a network who is also taking advantage of X Rising. The Lion's Pride is a network too. Thank you for sharing that. And basically, I think that's the end of the show now, actually. We've gone over our hour. And yeah. So basically, goodbye, everyone. Thank you for being with us, Julie and Precious. Pleasure to have you near us.
Thank you. Yeah, welcome.
Thank you, magical beings. Bye. Have a good evening. You got to end the show.
Thank you.
Bye.